So I am making peanut butter fudge and it's Christmas Day. Unfortunately, I can't be with my boyfriend or my family right now because I have surgery in 2 days and I can't be around anybody who's sick, and my boyfriend is sick. I'm not spending the exact holiday with family and friends, but I will be spending after Christmas. So my boyfriend and I are going to get together after my surgery. I'm gonna recover with him. I think I'll be safe enough. He doesn't have COVID, he has a cold, but I still can't take any chances. So I'm just spending Christmas Day here, and I'm cooking, which makes me happy. I've been watching some Christmas movies and having some cocoa and just keeping warm because it's in the 30s and 40s here in Texas, which doesn't happen that often during Christmas, which I'm really glad. I'm glad we're having a cold Christmas. It'd be nice if we had snow, but you know, that's okay. Snow has its benefits and its drawbacks. So anyway, so I'm making peanut butter fudge, and I'm going to top some of it on the chocolate fudge that I already have. I have my milk chocolate fudge setting in the fridge, and I will tell you about how I made that. It's the same process as when I made the dark chocolate fudge. All I did was just add milk chocolate chips, and that was it. And I added a little bit of vanilla because I realized that the dark chocolate fudge needed a little bit of vanilla. I still have plenty of dark chocolate to make chocolate fudge, but I don't have enough sweetened condensed milk. So maybe after the holidays, I'll make some more dark chocolate fudge, which I know my boyfriend really loves. And I wish that I could have been with my family, and I would have made some fudge for them, and I know they would have loved it. So anyway, this is what I'm making. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. So I melted butter in my pan. I had to move my stool out of the way, and I turned it down while I was getting a new extension cord. So I'm going to heat it back up, and I'm going to use a larger spoon this time. And I'm going to add a little peanut butter to my peanut butter fudge. A little vanilla to my peanut butter fudge. And again, nobody's sponsoring these videos. I simply mention the brand names because some people feel more comfortable shopping with brand names than they do with things that are either generic or not the same brand. And I understand that. I sometimes am a brand loyalist, and then other times I am not. It depends upon what it is. If it's toilet paper, there are only a few brands I'm using, and that's Charmin and the Cottonelle. Even Angel Soft isn't soft enough for me. My tushy is just a little bit sensitive. So I'm putting some of the sweetened condensed milk in here. I'm going to pour in half of it again. I don't know what that is. Okay, that's not going in there. Okay, so I'm pouring in about half. So, yep, that's actually a little bit more than half, but that's okay. And this, I heated up the pan, so it's a little bit, it's coming in a little bit, kind of almost a quarter melted. The butter's not blending in with it very well, but that's okay. It will later. I use the butter to just help make it smoother. And I add in a full cup, the little cap, of vanilla. And actually, I may end up using And that's approximately a quarter of a tablespoon or half a teaspoon. So I love vanilla. I think it makes everything taste better. I mean, there are some savory dishes I wouldn't add vanilla to, but if it's sweet, then I think it needs vanilla. Okay, and I've got another spoon, and I'm gonna actually bring this up just a tiny bit. I want to get it to the boil stage before I add in my peanut butter. And I have a brand new jar of peanut butter, and this is just great value, crunchy peanut butter. I like crunchy. Some people like smooth, and that's okay. You make whatever kind of peanut butter fudge you want. And since I love crunchy, I'm putting in more peanuts, but I'm putting in honey roasted peanuts. These are HEB peanuts. I got these just because they were a little bit less expensive. Oh, and this is starting to boil up just a little bit. So that's exactly what you need. And make sure you take your vanilla off of the stove as well as your excess chocolate. Anyway, you don't want your vanilla to continue to get hot, because it will actually cook it, and then it will degrade very quickly. So that is actually starting to boil just a little bit. Maybe we'll cook it down just a little bit more. And the butter in here will help make this peanut butter fudge smoother. In fact, I might need to add more butter. It just really depends. You can use oil, I think, but I would not use it. Just my personal preference. I prefer to use butter in my fudges. But if you prefer oil, or for some dietary or religious reason you can't use that, then, you know, by all means, go ahead and use the oil. Okay, now it's really starting to boil. It's getting more into a candy stage. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. I don't want it to burn. And I am going to begin to scoop in my peanut butter. I'm not measuring this, but I can tell that's almost a half a cup. I'm going to put in at least a half a cup of peanut butter, closer to a cup. That right there, that's about 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. So that's about how much I want. And don't cook this with your heat too high, because the peanut butter and the sweetened condensed milk will scorch, and there's really no saving it then. There's really nothing you can do. And as you can tell, the peanut butter is melting down pretty nicely and pretty quickly. If you've ever made peanut butter toast, which is one of my childhood favorites, and I still love it, then you would probably know that peanut butter responds to heat pretty quickly. It's pretty easy to melt. It's also easy to burn. I don't know anybody who likes burnt peanut butter. So I want to make sure that this does not burn. And actually, you know, there are so many peanuts in here, I don't know if I need to add any crunchy or any peanuts to it. But I think I might decorate the top with it. But my goodness, this really does not need any extra peanuts. So I'm going to take this off the stove for just a second. I'm going to grab this peanut butter. Actually, I'm going to grab this spoon that we used for butter, and I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of peanut butter fudge on here and blow on it. Hopefully it won't be too hot. Oh, it smells so good. It smells just like melted peanut butter, but smoother. I'm hoping this will set up very nicely. Oh my goodness, that is so good. That is just so good. Oh, wow. But I'm wondering if I need a little bit of more condensed milk. I don't know. I'm trying to visualize how this will set up. I think this will probably be semi-firm, not too firm, once it sets up in the fridge, which is where I'm going to put it. And I'm going to put it on top of some chocolate fudge that I've already made, and that one's going to go out to my boyfriend, who loves peanut butter chocolate fudge, and who can blame him. So, anyway, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to pull out my chocolate fudge, and I'm going to layer it on top. It has already set up. It was in the fridge. Now, there's not a lot of room on here, but there's just enough to be able to put some peanut butter fudge on top of this chocolate fudge. And I thought that I had some Reese's Pieces to decorate it, but I don't think so. I don't think I have any. One of the differences between peanut butter and using chocolate chips is this. Peanut butter already has natural peanut oils, and depending upon which brand you buy, it can also have other oils. Now, I try to avoid anything that has hydrogenated oils in there. Hydrogenated oils do last longer, but studies have shown that they are a contributing factor to type 2 diabetes. Of course, it depends upon how much of them you eat, but it seems to be one. And oh, you can't see my fudge very well because I didn't have the camera angle turned correctly. Unfortunately, there's really no way for me to fix that in editing. But I have found that I can edit and be able to upload to YouTube, at least in theory. So, I'm going to take this off. Now I've got to get some oven mitts, because this is really hot. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and this will set up very quickly. Now, my other chocolate fudge that I made this for a neighbor of mine. It's not completely set. It will set up in the fridge, and I want to give this to her along with a Christmas card. She was very nice to give me a Christmas card, and she's also been very nice in helping me improve my crocheting, which is dismal. But I have a goal to make a Halloween blanket, a big one, for my boyfriend, and then the next year I hope to make a Christmas blanket. But if you knew my life in my apartment, I have more blankets and more comforters than I know what to do with. But that's okay. Some are going to go into storage in my garage, and then some are going to just stay here in the apartment. I'm going to put this back in the fridge so it will continue to cold set. As you can see, making fudge is not that difficult. I can't say I really know how to do anything very difficult. I like to say if it's not simple, then I don't know how to do it. I mean, I'm not a dumb person at all, but I have dyslexia and ADHD and also dyscalculia, so my learning approach has to be different than other people's. And I can see in the camera that my hair looks absolutely terrible, but you know what? It's Christmas. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm not trying to dress up for anyone. So, you know, that's it. I hope that you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Then if you don't celebrate anything, then I just hope that your day and the rest of your month go wonderfully. If you have any medical problems, I hope that those are solved very quickly and that you no longer suffer from them. And by no longer suffering from them, I don't mean that I hope you expire, but rather that those medical problems are solved and solved very quickly. I personally know what it's like to have medical problems. I have chronic conditions that I have to deal with every day, and some of them really make my life difficult, but luckily I live in a time and place where I have medication that is available to me. So again, I hope that your holiday season is wonderful and that you enjoy it. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and hopefully subscribe. And please leave a comment, but please make it nice. Thank you. Bye-bye. So our fudge